What's going on? Let's get it. It's been a while, but let's get into it. I want to talk about insecurity a little bit, how it's used as a tool. One of the things I strongly believe about insecurity is that it's a tool for change, or for tool for action. Because think about it, we wouldn't go out, pursue women, pursue finances, etc., if we weren't in some way insecure about that topic, right? Or about ourselves in general. So it would make sense for people to remain in a state of insecurity, right? Because you seek validation from outside sources, whether that be food, sex, alcohol, drug, like whatever it may be, instead of using your mind, right? Which is what you should essentially should do, right? You should ease your insecurities with your mind, not through outside sources, right? But what happens, especially with women, right? Because those are typically the gender that's most insecure and most pushed down that route of insecurity with makeup and supermodels and like all this stuff. Everything we all know what I'm talking about. Why do we force insecurity on people? Because that seems to be the driver of civilization, in my opinion. If we were always secure, right? And even like take this to like civilizations, like the classic example, the closer you are to the equator, the less likely you are to have one of like the high civilization according to like the comparisons we see, like Europe, Northern European countries versus like say sub-Saharan and like equator countries like Latin America, Africa, Asia. The more easy and readily available things like food, water, shelter, and warmth, things that are necessary for survival, the less likely you are to go above and beyond and really create new things. So when we see that, like, there's a reason why Northern Europeans have conquered the world, essentially, right? Like English Empire conquered the world, greatest empire essentially in history. They're on some muggy island in the like in the middle of the Atlantic, like the middle of nowhere. Like there's nothing around them. Yeah, they could have just chilled, done nothing. But that's the point. Like, what's the difference between an island like Hawaii or that's a bad example, but like say England and what's another relatively size? I don't know. We'll go with I'll say Australia just because whatever. One's typically a nicer climate, or well, Aboriginals on the island. They essentially, I guess you could say that they didn't have the same interactions and whatnot, but one group of people were more comfortable living a way of life that kept them alive and happy, et cetera, et cetera. The others, the other, which is the English people, they did not. They kept going and going and going due to insecurity, due to the harsh climate and the like weather conditions and everything that's involved with that. And I don't think you need like a balance per se. Maybe you do, but I think it's more so you need to channel your insecurity in a productive way, or at least recognize when you are secure or insecure, and when you are secure, I suppose, and all that stuff. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Use insecurity to your advantage. Learn to recognize times you are insecure and plan accordingly, right? Like if you are insecure with women or whatever, or with yourself, and you seek that through drugs, women, etc. Like honestly, like coming to that conclusion in the first place is important. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.